Good evening and welcome friends to your Learner 171's channel. Let us try and analyze tomorrow's trading session, that is for Friday 26th of May 2023. But before going on Friday, let us try and analyze what happened today. So yesterday we discussed today's probability that if in case we open flat, ओके जैसे तीनों सिनेरियो डिस्कस किए थे, फ्लैट गैप अप और गैप डाउन, अगर हम फ्लैट खुलते हैं और एक नेगेटिव प्राइस एक्शन मिलता है, लेट मी जस्ट कम क्लोजर टू थर्सडेज डे, थर्सडे ओके या नाउ आई एम समवेयर क्लोजर टू दिस पॉइंट. ओके, so we discussed that if we open flat, see a negative price action breaking 18260's low, then we may go for a put for a target of 18180 as long as the lower highs are not broken. But you may see that as soon as we open with a positive price action. Okay, again a negative price action happened and it broke the 18260 level. The sooner we were going down, you may see this three green bullish candles who are breaking the lower highs curve, and I've always said that whenever the lower highs are getting broken, it's better to exit. Even though our SL was here, SL ऊपर था, फिर भी जब lower highs are getting broken, there is no point in staying in the trade. And on Money Control Forum also, I had posted this somewhere closer to 9:55 AM or 10 AM itself, that this three green candles, the highs that they are making at 18300, there is no point in fighting against the trend, right? So that is the reason there is no point in staying inside this trend. It's better to exit. You may see that it again tried coming lower, but again approached the lower highs for the second time. Again went down and again not only broke this lower high, but now this time it broke all the lower highs of the previous trend. So there was no point in staying in the trend. In fact, whoever stayed even after this positive price action might have lost everything that he gained from this scenario, right? So there is no point. What price action, if it is negative, is very suitable? You have seen in May series. In May series, this is called as a perfect negative price action where the previous lower highs are not being broken, which we have discussed so many times in May series. आप देख सकते हो कि when it came down, it never approached the previous lower high. See, this has happened in May series itself. This is from Monday. Never approached the previous high, never approached the previous high, never approached the previous high. Again, when it approached here, it was better to exit, because whoever who didn't exit it, next day see gap up happening and again taking away anyone who entered here, right? So it was better to exit. Whenever such kind of scenarios happens, it is better to exit. Also another point to add is, if anyone who would have shorted from this point of Wednesday and would have been in trade, और फिर उसके बाद उसको अगर यहाँ से भी एक वापस हाई पंप मिलता, he could have still stayed in the trend because his profit is not being affected. Of course it is being reduced. When the pump is eaten here, but still he can go for further downward journey because he had shorted from this point. As we were discussing today's intraday and we entered here at this point, there was no point sitting in the trade. That was the reason it was better to exit the trade. And you may see that the price had entirely recovered, which is what I wanted to convey from the morning 10 AM, the way I posted. So that was the overall summary. Now coming back to what will happen tomorrow, that is for Friday. So for Friday, first of all, let us see on date session. Today has been an May monthly expiry day also. So May month's expiry has happened today, and we may see that in this May month, जो previous month था, April month के लिए, previous month के लिए 18,000 had been quite a good resistance. You may see only the last day of this Friday, 20th April, has been above 18,000, right? But all the previous April month's candle, if I go as back as let's say from here, from where it started, 3rd April, it started all the way from 17,400 ka range. The opening is at 17,400. So 18,000 was quite a big resistance for April month on April series. But this 18,000 has acted as support for entire May series. There was not a single day when 18,000 was broken in May series. Thus, this 18,000 will act as strong support for June series now, as long as a day's candle does not break 18,000. जब तक कोई डेज कैंडल 18,000 के नीचे क्लोजिंग नहीं दे दी, आई एम सेइंग डेज कैंडल, आई एम नॉट सेइंग इंट्राडे मूवमेंट, कि कभी कोई इंट्राडे में समझो निफ्टी 1800 या 200 के पास है, डिप दे जाए और वापस रिकवर हो जाए, नहीं. A closing below 18,000 would be considered where 18,000 as a support has a probability of getting broken. Probability is the word that I use always, because we have to think in different scenarios. as per the different trends that keeps on changing nowadays on days to day basis. हर रोज अगर trend बदल रहा है, so that is the reason we keep on thinking in probabilities. So 18,000 right here is now the stronger support, first thing. Second thing is, thus any dip that comes closer to 18,200 or 18,100 can be considered for selling puts for 18,000 June month end series, right? That would be beneficial as long as 18,000 doesn't get broken. Secondly, if we come back to smaller frames, let me again take back us to the days frame. We may see that last 4 days of this May series, 22 May का days closing where it is at 18,314. Again 23rd May day closing is at 18,348. 24th May it is at 18,285. Just 15 points away, 15 points lesser to 18,300, but closer to 18,300, right? Of course below, but still closer. And again today's closing 18,321. Again 20 points above 18,300. यानी चारों दिन के candle it is closer to 18,300. And again on 5 minutes का frame, this resistance, I know the candles are not visible, let me just zoom in. This resistance, it's still being respected, which is not yet broken for this last in this entire week. This resistance is still being protected. Let me just take a horizontal line here so it will be more clearly visible. Let me just color it this red color. Okay, this resistance 18,420 ka mark, it is 18,419.85. I am making a round figure, 18,420. This resistance is still being protected, and this blue line showing 18,200, this support is also being protected. You may see this is a positive price action where lows had not been broken. This we are discussing so many times. This is a perfect and beautiful price action where the lows are not being broken, and you may see what a good recovery here. Now this can also be short covering. May series का ये एक short covering हो सकता है जिसके वजह से ये move आया हो, and maybe price again tries to go down. So once again, coming back to the main point, if we open flat and still have this kind of positive price action, where lows are not being broken. Okay, let me repeat, where the lows are not being broken. Let's say if we open at 18,340, 350 or somewhere around again 18,320 or 310, this range, if we open in this range, a positive price action is seen. I am interested in long now. Of course, yesterday we discussed that 18,420 is strong resistance. That is the reason from here I would be interested for an intraday opportunity as long as it stays here and is not showing any negative price action. जैसे यहाँ पे you may see it went up and again broke the recent lows. When it breaks the recent lows, it's better to exit, or else your entire uptrend का जो भी gain हो रहा है, that gain will be vanished, right? यहाँ से अगर किसी ने लॉन्ग बनाया होगा और उसने ये नेगेटिव प्राइस एक्शन देखने के बाद यहाँ पे एग्जिट नहीं किया, यहाँ पे एग्जिट नहीं किया, यहाँ पे भी एग्जिट नहीं किया, you may see entire gains now it is vanished, right? So negative price action comes at uptrend, you have to exit, right? So a flat opening somewhere in this range, anywhere between 18,350 or from the range of 18,300 with a positive price candle, this way with a positive price candle, if not breaking low, I am interested to go long for this target of 18,420. And as long as the price action, if it is continuing positive, I am ready to stay in the trend. If price action is not going positive and in a similar manner, अगर ऐसे negative जाता है और previous low तोड़ देता है, it is better to exit. That is flat का scenario if it is going at uptrend. What if it is flat and going for downtrend, makes a negative price action और वापस नीचे जाता है? Now you know again what I'll say, right? If you have been watching my videos, then you know that there is again a strong support now here. Even though it was for short covering, still a strong support. Buyers may try to pump it up from anywhere. That is the reason flat opening, if it is going down, I'll just leave the trade. I'm not interested. Flat opening ऊपर जा रहा है, then I'm interested, the way we discussed. What if it opens gap up? Any gap up above this resistance point, what is this 18,392 or also above 18,419, कोई भी gap up अगर 18,400 के ऊपर आ जाता है या 18,390 के above also, and again makes a positive price action with gap up opening. Mostly gap up openings are making negative price action, taking the trend down, right? Taking the Nifty spot down. But if a gap up opening sustains a positive price action, okay, sustains the positive price action, makes a positive good, this kind of bullish green candles this way, if it makes good bullish green candles, then keeping the low of that candle as SL, I may go for a long opportunity for again further 100 pumps. Okay, if on the gap up opening with a positive price action, if the gap up makes negative price action, let's say at 18,400 वगैरह, यहाँ पे अगर एक negative price action आ जाता है with gap up, then with that negative price action closer to 18420, okay, somewhere like this kind of negative price action I'm saying, this kind of good red bearish candle, this kind of candles, or this perfect bearish this perfect red bearish candle, right? ऐसे अगर नेगेटिव प्राइस एक्शन आ जाता है, like a shooting star or bearish marubazu or bearish engulfing, अगर यहाँ पे कहीं आ जाता है at this point and the high of the candle is not broken in first 10 to 15 minutes, then at this level at 18420 अगर इतना बड़ा gap up हो जाए तो with a negative price action, then I am interested in shorting for this opportunity as good as 18335. इसके बाद again I'll wait and see how the price action is happening. This is the scenario if it goes negative. I have also discussed positive scenarios. So we discussed flat, we discussed gap up positive as well as gap up negative. What if we open gap down? Any gap down from the range of 18250 to 200, again if make positive price action, I am interested in buying a call, again keeping the low of the candle as a strict SL. If it hits, it's better to exit the trade. Protecting the capital is the utmost requirement. Agar capital hai, we will be able to take as many trades as possible, but capital should be safe, right? So again, if a gap down happens, there is a positive price action. I'm interested in taking a long position and see as long as the higher highs and higher lows are respected. If gap down happens and a negative price action is happening, again I'll leave the trade. The scenarios are very clear. Flat opening, in a flat opening, if the price action is positive, long. Flat opening, negative price action, avoid. Gap up opening, positive price action supported by bullish candles, then again long. Gap up opening, negative price action at 18420, which is followed by a shooting star, bearish engulf, or that kind of red bearish candles where the high is not broken, then again a shorting opportunity somewhere closer to previous closing. Okay, gap down only for positive scenarios we are considering, negative scenarios we are avoiding. That is the overall summary for the day. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you again in next video. Thank you.